Welcome, everybody. I'm D. Pillis. I'm coming here from Emerson College, right across the street. Also a researcher here at MIT, recently at the Media Lab. And my project is Return to the Jibo. So I've been using Jibo at Emerson to teach virtual production education, exploring the application of generative AI, social robots, and virtual production to assist with the educational experience. Let me make sure. No, this is not working. One of the things that we've been doing is exploring how the integration of human interaction and simulation will relate to robot interaction and AI. So as an alum of the Media Lab and the Robotics Institute, I'm exploring how performance capture, generative AI, and interactive computer graphics combine to create new learning experiences. One of the things that we've been exploring is how social robots can be assisting creative learning. So in this study, we show how social robots raise classroom engagement, emotional support, and collaboration, and provide generative AI workflows with a personable face. So having Jibo as a kind of face for AI has shown really incredible results for deepening students' presence and agency when interacting with AI. So it also enables an iterative experimentation with visual AI, where you can dynamically create content, which I'll do a demo of today. So this is our paper here with John Ferguson at the Media Lab. So in background, lots of prior studies have shown that robots can assist with things like healthcare, relieving anxiety, and other projects with learning show that robots with AI can be used for theater, for interactive bullying prevention, and for virtual production, but not necessarily within a film school context. So in prior work, I've explored interactions with the Now robot, which you can see here on the left. This was a collaboration with Columbia. And on the right was a project at MIT using virtual avatars for conflict resolution driven by LLM agents. So looking at the integration of these projects, I've been working with Jibo this past year. So this was a feature that they did at Emerson, looking at how Emerson is using artificial intelligence in the classroom. And it was really exciting that Jibo took front and center for this. So they quoted me as saying that this Pillis calls Jibo his teaching assistant, and I take him across campus for social interactions with students. And the robot was having these purrs and head movements and like a pet, and that this was part of the integrated approach to how AI is having a presence at Emerson College. So in this project, we had a one-year deployment in Emerson where Jibo was active in freshman foundation and advanced virtual production classes. And Jibo was part of the integration of generative AI pipelines. So students were using LLMs to draft scripts, using image generators to make storyboards, and developing Scratch programs to direct Jibo as an actor for on-camera scenarios. So you can see there were a number of different applications, storyboarding, where you could ask prompt questions that spark your scenes. You could use them as a creative collaborator, where you'd get feedback on your pitches, or interacting with Jibo dynamically, or as a robotic actor, where you could just say, hey, Jibo, take a picture. He won't do that now because he's in a different mode. And he would just take a picture. So these are some pictures of that in process. And we have this, in the virtual production facility, you can see this was some of the films that came out of it. So this was the film screening we had where Jibo was the host for a series of films, short films about Jibo, made with Jibo or starring Jibo. So we had this kind of Jibo Film Festival. A kind of side project, but part of this bigger research area was Jibo for performance. So I don't know if my audio is going to work. Yeah. So we did this collaboration. This was a person from the Lifelong Kindergarten group at MIT, and we were exploring how Jibo would be part of the performance process. So this is a drag version of Jibo. Wait, how do I make my audio work? Would it be Black Hole 2-channel? Crestron. Okay, now it's working. No audio? Yeah, it's all the way up. Do you think it's Crestron? Anyway, that was, you can't really see it. But this is a performance that Jibo did live. Since it's not really the same without audio. Another short film here with Jibo as an actor. So this is a film that a student made where they were basically thinking about how Jibo was kind of an AI in and of itself that they were developing. So this was a fictional environment that the student made. And in developing this relationship with Jibo as a robotic actor, Jibo has this kind of incident where he breaks down, and the student made this really kind of, I know this is working. Basically, the Jibo goes awry and becomes this AI agent that the student can work with afterwards. So you could see that there. So we found that the use of Jibo and generative AI had higher engagement. Students were interacting with Jibo actively as part of the classroom. It facilitated social bonding. So Jibo had like a large presence, and students were borrowing Jibo and using Jibo for film. And it lowered anxiety when also thinking about how AI would be a creative tool, because Jibo provided the students with a kind of creative outlet for interacting with AI. Another really exciting application was using real-time AI overlays to let Jibo morph into different robotic personas. So takeaways for future work are that the use of social robots with generative AI is a part of a really holistic, joyful, human-centered film experience. And next steps would be exploring how real-time LLM agents might enable speech interactivity for robots, deploying multiple Jibos in ensemble acting scenarios, and running larger studies on this to understand how it affects creative outcomes. So I can show, this is at our virtual production studio, some of the kind of interactions we have there. And then I'm going to do just a quick demo, if I can pull this up. So this is what we have here running on the stage. And if I wanted to, play Jibo doing different things, I could make Jibo dance, and then I could make Jibo into an R2D2-like Jibo through the live AI system. I could kind of accentuate this in different ways. So this is what, in the large virtual production environment, allows us for this dynamic interaction with content. So we can generatively change. If I wanted to make Jibo into James Dean, I could just kind of adjust the parameters, and then I could have my actor do things like I can make the Jibo dance as James Dean. It's not really. Maybe amp it up a little bit. So yeah, so I think that's the idea. Any questions? Let's make him C-3PO. Oh, so I didn't name Jibo. This is a project by MIT Social Robots Lab. Personal Robots Lab? Yeah.
Personal
Social
Robots
Robots
Group,
Lab.
yeah.
Can you answer the question?
It used to be a commercial product that the company failed.
But do you know why Jibo was designed as a name?
Jibo was a commercial product around 2017, 2018, but we failed one of our funding rounds, and now we use them in research.
Hello, I am Jibo.
Any other questions? I do want to know more about like the technology you're using here, though, because I find this very interesting in terms of recombining the live video with the models. How are you doing that?
So this is, wait, let me see. Am I?
Luke, I am your father.
so I can make him into a robot. This is a public open source real-time stable diffusion system. It's running in Touch Designer, and it's just a local model of stable diffusion that you can dynamically do image-to-image generation with. So these are images based on each input image of the robot, or any camera feed, right? I could do with the audience, make it all into Darth Vader's.
Do I become Darth Vader's? Oh, it's trying. Oh, we're all stormtroopers. That's what we get to be stormtroopers. Oh, hi, Cindy. Yep. I already got my exercise for the day. This is
Yeah. Hi, my name's Cindy. So, interestingly, usually what I'm familiar with is when Stable Diffusion can find a human face or human body and morph it, but you're finding a Jibo. So, did you do some training on the recognition of what Jibo is?
Yeah, great question. So the short answer is no, but I think that it's going to be really important. Jibo has certain characteristics that are human-like in form, and if you ramp it up enough, it does take the input, circular face, body, and you see it needs certain angles, but specifically, we had also used the Now robot, which is more of a humanoid, and the Now robot was much better at becoming different types of people, actually. So that, because of its form, was more obviously an input that it would take.
Okay, great. Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much. And we will move on to our next speaker.